Hey, what's up? Or should I say, what's cooking?
Hey, in this whole food and plants cooking episode, we're making baked potatoes with mushrooms, using cheap seasonal ingredients, and checking 3 anti-inflammatory tips while cooking. Why, for example, cooling and reheating potatoes is a healthier way of eating them. Have you heard of that?
This moment in time, gotta get my life straight. Yeah, that be my current mind state.
So, we're in the forest today.
Yeah, it's the favorite place, right?
Yeah, nowadays, I guess, we like it.
Yeah. In the last Whole Food and Plants episode, we talked about the amazing benefits of plants and their phytochemicals. And we challenged you to use a variety of different seasonal plants in different colors. And for the cooking today, we went to the woods and found some delicious mushrooms. I used to think I'm not a forest person, really. What about you?
No, not really.
But forest has become really important to us lately.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's been incredible to find out how massive health benefits it actually has. So what has picking up mushrooms in the forest do with gut health and immunity? Many studies have been conducted on the link between nature, microbes, and our gut health. For example, I read about a really interesting pilot study by a Finnish research group in which healthy adults were exposed to some sort of like a forest powder with microbes from the soil. And the results were significant. The exposure was associated with an increase in gut microbial diversity in the group that had rubbed the forest powder of soil, leaves, and moss in their hands for 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks. Isn't it cool?
Yeah, super nice. Okay, so that's interesting that forest has a link with gut health. And obviously forest has a lot of other health benefits as well. So if we talk about gut health, it has a strong link with our immunity, but it's also related with the mental health, right?
They say that 70% of our immunity is in the gut. And we've learned how important gut health and diverse, healthy gut bacteria are in fighting against inflammation and illness. And about the mental health, if we think about serotonin, for example, 90% of it is produced in the gut. And serotonin stabilizes our mood, feelings of well-being, and happiness. So, I don't know, when I heard these figures, I was really astonished and excited. And that somehow really makes me wanna focus on that gut health and things that could promote it. Okay, let's start the cooking. For this mushroom dish, we need mushrooms. And we picked these yellow foot winter mushroom funnel chanterelles. We're gonna use leeks, onions, and garlic. They all vegetables from the allium family that is super beneficial for gut. Thyme, which is one of the very anti-inflammatory herbs. Salt and black pepper, some oat cream, and potatoes. We're gonna cook the potatoes in the oven in a very mild and low temperature, around 100 Celsius and 210 Fahrenheit. And we actually have no idea how long it's gonna take, because we've never tried it before, but we'll see.
Okay, so that actually takes us to the second tip. So can you tell us more why we actually cook those in the low temperature?
Lowering the cooking temperatures is an anti-inflammatory tactic that seems very important. We've started testing it. I have to be honest that it has felt quite hard. Breaking the old habits and recipes, but when understanding how important it is, I'm not ready to give up, and we have actually had great successes as well, right?
Yeah, don't give up, buddy.
Lowering the cooking temperature is important for two reasons. First, to store the nutrients, and this was somehow more familiar to me through like raw food, etc. But the second is to avoid dietary toxins. For example, I don't even know how to say these words, but ALEs and AGEs, acrylamide, that are formed in high cooking temperatures, especially in foods that contain sugar, starch, and fat. The properties change already at around 80 to 100 degrees Celsius. And after like 160 degrees Celsius happens a huge change. And why are they so harmful? Well, they promote inflammation, and food toxins consumed over a long period of time can cause chronic illness. And some are considered carcinogenic, meaning promoting the formation of cancer.
This last tip is very interesting to me, at least, because usually when we ate potatoes, my stomach was like a gym ball after that. But yeah, we kind of found a little trick that helps with that.
Yeah, this was something that I was really excited when I first heard about it. So if we think of potatoes and other foods that contain a lot of starch, like pasta, bread, they have a lot of digestible starch. And the problem with them is that they are so fastly digested already in the small intestine, and they also rise the blood sugar level really fast and high. And that can be harmful as such. But when the starch is cooled down and reheated, some of the starch turns into resistant starch and kind of like acts as food for the good gut bacteria. So for example, with this food we're cooking today, I know it's gonna be much better for me after we have cooled them down, stored in the fridge, and when we reheat them and eat them, for example, the following day.
There's the final meal. So how long it actually took to cook those potatoes?
It took quite long, from 3 to 4 hours, seemed to depend on the size of the potato, etc. And the aluminum foil seemed to kind of like hold the moisture inside of it and easen the cooking. Food and this kind of cooking episodes is actually something we are super excited to do more. The holiday season is approaching, and one of our favorite topics, sugar, is most definitely the one we want to dive into next. And let's learn together how to cook and enjoy the holidays without using sugar, and what actually those blood sugar levels and everything mean, and why are they harmful to us. So, we'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.
And love.
Yeah. A lot of love.